Good morning. Welcome to my review of the Innovv C5 forward-facing bike camera. I've installed it in place of the Garmin Innovv that I had before. Now the Garmin did a brilliant job, but I was recording separately onto my iPhone. And the idea with the Innovv C5 is that I record directly to the same file. There's a unit fitted into the bike, the digital recording unit. It's got a built-in microphone, but I've plugged in an extension microphone, a boom mic up here into my helmet, so hopefully you can hear me. It's quite a neat little installation. Took me an afternoon, mainly because you have to take off lots of body panels to hide the wires, and then you do have to splice into a 12-volt switched line on the bike. Something I'm always a little bit tentative about doing, cutting into the wiring loom. But I'll show you how I've installed this unit on my Triumph Explorer. This is the original camera that I used, which is a Garmin Innovv. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, but trying to get sound or a voiceover on this was a problem. This is the installation of the camera unit itself. It simply goes through it's held on with this bolt here, and then the cable you can see just in here. This is the cable. It runs alongside the main wiring loom and into the bodywork. When fitting the unit, I had to take off all of this bodywork here, this black panel, which involved about 10 bolts, a couple of hidden ones. It's all pretty simple, but just a bit time consuming. With the seats removed, we can see the fitting for the digital recording unit, which is here at the back. The 12-volt to 5-volt converter. That needs to be wired onto the battery. To make the converter work, you need to have this yellow cable spliced into a 12-volt switched power line, and that's the power line that goes into this, the 12-volt auxiliary power output on the Triumph Explorer. To get to that, it was a case of removing 1, 2, 4 bolts, and these 2 bolts at the front that hold the bodywork on, and simply a case of splicing in. The digital recording unit is very easy to access. It's held in its own cradle. I can just pull it out so that I can plug in this auxiliary external microphone, or if need be, access the SD slot. The video is recorded in 1080, so the same resolution as I've been using before. The only difference is it's recorded as a TS file extension. It's not a file extension I'd heard of before. Apparently it's supposed to be much more robust than, for instance, an MP4. And as this is sold initially as a safety camera, they want to make the file storage as robust as possible. Now the problem with a TS file is that for the video editor that I use, which is DaVinci Resolve, doesn't accept TS files. So I have to run those files through a converter to change them to MP4 before they go into DaVinci for editing. So far that seems to be relatively simple, but it's something I prefer not to be doing, but you can't have everything. Also, the video I've seen so far looks okay, but that's not been moving. So this is the first time I've had a chance to run the bike with the video out on the road and the sound. So just let's see what we get.